Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Chava, and today I have a special guest. I'm here in Carmel by the Sea at the Symphony of Monterey with, I love your name.
Thank you.
I'm going to push this big
Go,
time.
do it.
Nicola.
Perfecto.
Awesome. I was nervous about that too.
No, you nailed it.
Because in Spanish, it sounds something different.
It does.
And so I was like, do not mess this up. So I grew up around this area. I love doing experience. I love food. I love wine. I love the art. But I never been to a symphony.
Okay.
What can I expect from a symphony? Because there's always this fear of, you have to have a tuxedo. You have to be not preppy, but you have to know about the arts to enjoy it.
Yeah.
There's always that. Oh, I'm scared to go. So if I attend to a symphony, what can I expect?
It's a great question. So most of our concerts take place at Sunset Center, which is here in Carmel on 9th and San Carlos. And Sunset Center used to be a school. So there's actually a lot of people who are older in our community who attended that school before it was turned into a performing arts facility. It's a 700-seat hall, and the inside of it is sort of built like a beautiful cathedral. It has these beautiful arches inside. The sound is absolutely incredible in Sunset Center. Okay. You can put a single violinist on the stage and hear it perfectly. You can put a 95-piece orchestra on the stage and hear it perfectly.
Oh, that's cool.
With the Monterey Symphony, we really strongly believe in welcoming people who are new to the symphony, who've never been to the symphony. And actually, at every single one of our concerts, over half of the people in the audience are new to the symphony. They haven't been coming for 30 or 40 years. So there are a lot of perceptions about sort of what it's like. A lot of them are right. A lot of them we're trying to change too.
Right.
So you come to the symphony, we have a lot of pre-concert parties. We just had turned the whole basement of Sunset Center into a 70s Italian discoteca for a women's night out. And we had a dance party. We had a DJ come down from San Francisco. Women came in their sequins and their disco clothes. And we danced and we drank. And then you go up and you hear a concert in the hall.
That's cool.
We do a partnership with the National Public Radio. We do some other events just because we feel like we want the whole evening to be an experience.
Awesome.
So if you come, you'll come to a party, have a glass of wine, have some food, have some champagne, and then you go up into the hall. The way the concert works basically is I come out and I welcome everybody. I tell everybody to turn off their cell phone and that kind of stuff. And then our music director comes out and he talks about the music. So even though you get a program book and it tells you about all the composers and everything, our music director will talk to you about the piece and why it's important and why we're performing it. And then the orchestra plays. And then you clap. And most of our concerts are less than 2 hours long, and there's a 20-minute intermission. And at Sunset Center now you can get like a little adult sippy cup and you can drink a glass of wine while you're sitting there listening to the orchestra. But really, if I'm giving somebody a sales pitch on why you should come and hear a symphony orchestra, classical music is one of the only things on the planet that lights up both hemispheres of your brain at the same time. It lowers your blood pressure. And people who are collectively watching a concert together without realizing actually start to breathe together.
Okay.
Because there's this unifying force which is coming from the music. And if you let yourself, you'll feel yourself sort of sink into the experience and just kind of let it wash over you. People talk about classical music as like a spa for your soul.
Okay.
That you come in and it's just like, okay, I'm going to ground myself for a minute. I'm going to fully let myself be here. Maybe you understand what's going on. Maybe you love the music, whatever. But there is something like physiological that happens to you while you're hearing a concert. So that's Sunset Center. But then we also do outdoor pops concerts at Forest Theater. Love Letter to Hollywood this year. It's all movie music, Jurassic Park, James Bond, all that stuff with a costume contest. And that's like for all the kids, for all the families. Right. That's where you come in your jeans and whatever. And you never have to wear a tuxedo.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Good. Yeah. I can go then.
Yeah, you can go. Or you can get one of those T-shirts. It just has a picture of the tuxedo. Okay. You can bring those back.
Okay, that works. That's awesome. I'm excited now because I love music, but I feel music. Like I have my favorite songs, but I do not know the lyrics of those songs.
Okay.
I just feel the energy and I can feel it.
Yeah.
So I'm that kind of person. So I'm super excited to actually go and attend and
Good.
experience that energy, that calmness, that just let it be.
Yeah, it's a beautiful experience. So I've played violin my whole life. I started when I was 6 years old, and I'm a really bad audience member. I'm just a bad because I get restless and I'm like, what's that person doing? And I notice that like somebody on stage is wearing like anklets and like I can see their ankle, or I see like somebody on stage is yawning, or like somebody over here is coughing and then they like coughed over that thing. So I just encourage everybody to be a better audience member than I am. I mean, there are conceptions about like, okay, you have to sit there in just absolutely reverential silence and you can't shift and you can't move. And I will say classical music very much has a culture of shushing. Like I've been shushed because I was like, I wanted to look at a program book and I couldn't figure out who was sitting in the back of the second violin section. So I like got out my book and I'm opening it up to the page and the person next to me is like, shh. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do right now. So I can only imagine if you've never been to the symphony and then you get shushed, how horrible that feels. So we're trying to eradicate shushing because I want no shushing. Awesome. Like if you're doing stuff, you're shifting around. You need to. Don't shush.
Yeah.
Plus, what does shushing have to do with that? Shushing is for yelling. Anyway, classical music loves shushing, and I want to get rid of it altogether.
Yeah. It just makes the experience worse.
You feel shame.
Yeah. Even the like shh, that it just brings that bad energy to it. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
Like when I get shushed, I don't know what to do. I freeze.
Oh my. I feel bad.
I feel nauseous.
Literally, I feel like my heart breaks.
Yeah.
I'm like, I messed up. I need to leave.
Yeah. I'm in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like I'm in school and I got to move my clip down into like the bad zone. I was green all day and then now I hate it.
Yeah. And it ruins me for at least for a week because I'm self-conscious about it. I'm like, what did I do wrong? I shouldn't move. You shouldn't do that.
Like, and then I'm like, I should have said something.
Right.
I should have said, I should have been more in the I should have shushed back.
Exactly.
But then I freeze and I don't know what to do. So we kind of talk about like this unspoken set of rules around classical music. And even orchestras can't agree on, do you clap between movements or can you check your cell phone after something or can you open a cough drop? Like, is that okay? And we as organizations need to do a better job of communicating what we expect from the audience. Like you can't shush if you haven't said to anybody, hey, I need you to do this while you're, in the hall. So we need to do a better job of saying, hey, for anybody who's brand new, who hasn't been to a concert, here's kind of how it works. Because it's not like going to like a rock concert or anything, like you go to hear like a local band, like you go hear the Basement at Pearl Hour, you can talk the whole time and drink and be with your friends and dance and blah, blah, blah. And then you go to hear an orchestra and everybody's like this. Why? If that's the expectation, let's at least explain why.
Right.
Like in order to fully understand and enjoy the music, you need to sit calmly. You need to take deep breaths, all of that. But give people like a how-to before they just come in and sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't do a good job of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. Going to music. So like I said before, I grew up around this area and there's always been arts here. Like the music scene, especially now, it's just blooming.
Yeah. It's cool.
It's cool that you have the Basement, you have Century Tribe.
Yeah.
You have Alejandro Flaco.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like good music scene, and it's always been like that.
Yeah.
But it's always been like just keep it to yourself, right?
Okay.
It's like a hidden secret about Monterey Bay.
Okay.
Monterey Bay is like it's the small city, small town energy. But the art here is beautiful. The food here is beautiful. The wine here is beautiful. The people here is beautiful. And but lately you can see that people are coming in. A lot of people moving into the area, and they're experiencing that for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see.
Yeah.
Like I love it.
I think it's I'm originally from Seattle, and I moved here 12 years. I mean, Seattle, like. Music hub. Like I went
Nevada.
Went to the same high school as, Stone Gossard from Pearl Jam. And I grew up in the 90s. So it was like grunge and all of that. And like these famous musicians were like playing at coffee shops because they wanted to like they just wanted to practice it. They wanted to see what it felt like. So I moved here 12 years ago, and I feel like this is a beautiful community. Like, I've also been lucky to meet a lot of people and meet a lot of artists and musicians. And I feel like I have like a really, cool group of people who are always telling me, oh, you should go check this out, or try this, or eat this, or listen to this, right? You have those friends who are really great at telling you. But I think it's naturally inspired. Like, it's so beautiful here. It's so beautiful. It's like crazy.
From the forest to the ocean, like
everywhere.
It's everything. Yeah. Everywhere you go. Yeah.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's. So, I mean, I love that. Like Andre 3000, he's done his solo flute album, and then he's gonna come and do it in Big Sur at Henry Miller Library.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
that's
3
cool.
nights.
Oh wow.
Like, just the idea of also just the whole reason that he did a solo flute album is so awesome and beautiful, but that he's going to come and like perform this album just under the redwood trees.
Yeah.
That's magical.
That's beautiful. Yeah. And that's what this area is about.
Yeah.
And it's been like that since day one. It's just for one reason, it's just a lot of people don't know about it.
Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I love it here. I feel super lucky to live here, and I go home to Seattle and it's like traffic and it's like kind of a bummer, and you fly through the Monterey airport and they like give you a hug as you're going through security,
right.
It's like they're like, do you need a warm towel for your flight? I love you. Like, it's like, and then you go to like a big city and it's it's such a stark contrast.
The customer service here is just in a different level. Like I'm bougie.
Okay.
I love my foie gras. I love like my champagne, my wine. Like, I love experience. Yeah. Like, that's my thing.
Yeah.
Every time I come to Carmel, every time I go to Pebble Beach, it feels home.
Yeah.
Like, I belong there.
Yeah.
I'm just bougie.
I love it. I can't eat foie gras, so I can't even do it. But champagne.
Champagne, yeah.
I mean,
why not?
I like pink champagne. I like to float fruit in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, same.
I like big sunglasses, lots of lipstick, pink champagne. Yeah. I feel like a movie star.
Yeah.
Like, I like the pink champagne from Costco, though. It's $6.99 a bottle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's bougie, but it's like bougie light.
Right,
like, it's not, I don't actually, bougie on a budget. Like, I don't act like these purple tennis shoes, right? Like, it's like, I'll do it, but yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. So actually, I met you once before.
Yes.
Last year.
Yes.
You remember?
I do.
Oh, wow. Okay, I feel special.
Yeah.
You are so cool. So when I made the connection that you were the CEO and the person here, it's like, I was like, I would never imagine that, right? I was imagining somebody with a business suit, high heels, Harper, and say, this is for the art, this is, for high-end people, stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Pinkies up. Yeah.
Pinkies up, yeah. Mm-hmm. But you're like the opposite of that. Is that something you're trying to bring into the Symphony of Monterey? Like, make it more relaxed, more cool, more...
I don't know. I mean, I grew up in a musical family. I grew up in Seattle. I've lived here for 12 years. I moved here to work for the Bach Festival, Carmel Bach Festival. Okay. So I worked there for 3 years, and I worked for CSUMB for a year, and then I came to the Symphony. Mm-hmm. And this year will be my 8th year with Monterey Symphony. I'm a single mom. I've got 2 boys. I'm, busy, and my life is, crazy sometimes. And I think it's one of those things where after COVID, it was kind of like, what matters, what's important, what's comfortable, what are you not willing to do, what are you willing to do. I think too, like, I get to work with, the people who work for Monterey Symphony, Noemi, Virginia, Julie, I get to come to work every day and just work with these awesome, smart, funny, powerful women. And, we come to work, and if like one of it, like our tummy doesn't feel good, we're all like, what do you need? Do you just need to go home? You need a heating pad? Like, what? Or you come in and something crappy happened. Everybody's like, oh, I'm so mad for you. And, oh, I hate them. And I think you should just try and approach things with just humanity and just like being a human and admitting what's messy and what's beautiful about being a human being. And also, like, I've been working in the arts for over 20 years, and I don't want to wear high heels and suits anymore.
Yeah.
I went through that phase.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't love it that much. It felt like you were putting on a costume. Like really felt like you need to pretend to be this.
Right.
And I didn't want to do. I'll still wear high heels every once in a while, but then I just complain the whole time because they're so uncomfortable. And I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And I always trip and I always fall and I always get the heel stuck in something.
Yeah.
And then I'm like awkward. I don't want to do it, but I'll do it every once in a while. But I think too, you know, working in nonprofits, like, you need to enjoy what you're doing. You need to kind of bring humor and positivity to it. Otherwise, why are you doing it? Like, why have I done this long if I didn't enjoy some part of it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and I think now, like here at Monterey Symphony, we get to have fun. We come up with creative, crazy ideas, and then we just do them.
That's cool. That's cool.
You know, like the 70s disco party. Everyone was like, what does this have to do with Mozart? And I was like, why does it need to make sense? Did you have fun? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Yeah.
Yeah. And perfect.
But that's a really nice compliment. I appreciate that.
Oh, no, yeah. I love your energy. Your aura is like awesome, very welcoming, you know? Because doing something like this is intimidated, right? So I was like, the whole time I'm like, oh man, hopefully I don't mess this up. Hopefully, you know, get my speech impairment on check, you know, I'm like, but it's very welcoming and I appreciate that.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Yeah. Well, bring the whole family to Love Letter.
So
Please.
What
in
is
October.
Love Letter?
So Love Letter to Hollywood, it's this October at Forest Theater. So Forest Theater is this outdoor. Have you guys been to a show there? So like 500 outdoor seats. You bring your picnic, you bring your wine, you bring your foie gras. I'll have it on ice for you when you arrive with your champagne in a bucket. The whole thing. But you come you come in costume according to one of the pieces. So like if you know any of your kids have an inflatable T-Rex costume or just a dinosaur costume, James Bond, Nightmare Before Christmas, Lord of the Rings. So it's a full symphony orchestra doing all of the scores from these movies.
That's fun.
And last year we did Star Wars, and I dressed up like Princess Leia. I had like the buns. I had like, you know, my kids.
Yeah.
My older son was Darth Vader, and my younger son was a stormtrooper, and they were like constantly trying to kill me in the woods. And they were like, this is the best night ever. They're like drinking Coca-Cola and shoving Starburst in their face. And like, pew, pew, pew. Like, anyway, so it's an outdoor concert. It's just really fun and super family friendly. And we started doing it 4 years ago. It was our first way kind of out of COVID with the full orchestra. Because during COVID, there was a lot we were able to do with like one musician, right? But I mean, what's our business model?
Right.
Get a bunch of people blowing hot air on other people in a closed room. Like that didn't work very well during COVID.
Yeah,
so it took us a while to come back to getting everybody together. So when we started the Love Letter concert series, it was really like, this is a love letter to our community because our community took care of us. Like we kept everybody employed, everybody on insurance. We paid all of our musicians. We just kept like, okay, we're not sure what's going to happen, but we're going to take care of everybody. And then Carmel gave us special permission to turn this into a little, we did concerts out here.
That's cool.
We partnered with the wine tasting room so people could come and taste wine and at least hear music, even though they weren't like up and close with musicians. So when we started Love Letter, it was to say, here's our love letter to you. Thanks for watching out for us. You know, now we want to give something back to you. And then it just has taken off.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's just, so now in addition to doing the Love Letter concerts in Carmel, then we take over Sherwood Hall in Salinas because it's the biggest that like you can get. So we get like almost 4,000 kids there. We bus them all in the morning, and then we do the concert for all of them in grades 3 through 8.
Oh, that's awesome.
All over the county.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how it started, and you should come.
I will.
Bring your whole family.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. It sounds like a good time.
Okay, good.
My boys would love that.
Oh, it's so cool. And it's just to hear like a live orchestra under the stars.
Yeah.
theme from James Bond.
Yeah.
You get goosebumps, you know, you're like,
Walking around.
Life's not that bad. It's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
that's Love Letter.
Yeah. Oh, definitely go. Yeah,
Cool.
that's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool. I'm super excited for the love letters. I'm excited that I'm super excited now to actually attend a symphony.
Good.
You know,
Good.
stuff like this, like having the community understand like what the vision is and what you bringing to the community is awesome. It's going to be awesome for people to hear and to understand. It's like it's classical, but we want you to enjoy it. It's not you know what you guys see. It's not like watching the movie Titanic and people with the hi hats and you know with the cane.
It used to be like,
yeah. It's more, especially this with the family, with the love letters, when the whole family can come. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
In a few years, this is gonna be like a mini LA. People are making movies here, like the music scene, the food, the wine. People are waking up to Monterey Bay being a powerhouse in any industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I like that. Okay. We want to be part of all that.
Yeah.
Monterey Symphony. Yeah.
Me too.
We want to be cool.
# experience Monterey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love your reaction.
It's exciting to see the future of this area. It's more positive than negative.
Yeah.
Right. There's still some old guards and some ways to you have to wait a little bit more time, but people are waking up. Social media, people are opening up to the idea of social media, hiring local talent, local people to do their marketing, to do their review the food or their experience, and it's cool to see. And we want to be part of this community forever. I love this place.
There's a lot of people who've come in and they're like, okay, I understand everything that's going on.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
There's more. Yeah.
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 I mean, it's the same. I used to feel the same way about Seattle when I lived there. I was like, I grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched it change. I've watched it evolve. Even though I've lived here 12 years, I still feel I still feel new here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still finding things out. I'm still discovering things. I'm still, doing all of that. And I really, really, I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate the positivity that you're bringing to it. Into like, look at all this cool stuff that's out here to do that, everybody should be able to do. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no, thank you. This has been fun.
Thank you so much.
I can do this for another 2 hours, but we have kids, so we have stuff to do.
I know, I got to take my older son to his oral surgery consultation. He has to get his wisdom teeth pulled out.
Okay.
I know, it's always something.
I hate the dentist.
I'm like, can't I just watch a YouTube? I can figure it out.
Yeah.
I can totally figure that out.
All right, thank you. I appreciate for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Any last thoughts?
Just come check out Monterey Symphony if you've never been. We have special tickets for people who've never come to the symphony. We just would love to know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. MontereySymphony.org, and follow us on social media. Music heals the soul. It's soothing and relaxing, and we can all use that from time to time. And thanks again for having me.
Thank you for having me. Yeah. Awesome. See you guys. Awesome.
That was great.
No, that was fun.